We're live again. Shit, I'm gonna do these live streams more often. How y'all doing? I am pulling out of a truck stop, or trying to, in Jackson, Georgia. Just got my trailer washed out. Gotta head down to Perry, Georgia to grab a load. That dude just completely ran that red light. Good one. But anyway, how y'all doing? It's been a little bit. It ain't been that long. It ain't been, a couple of years. So, anyway, we're going to pack a lip. Copenhagen Southern Blend. My usual. I ain't got nobody watching yet. Ain't that a thing? Well, that's alright. You got a stick. Go that way. Those ain't comfortable in your lip. I can tell you that. Nobody's watching. Watch my channel, damn it. Watch my live streams, they're fun. So, I figured I'd talk to y'all. I got like an hour until I get there, so I figure I could at least live stream for the better part of it. Find things to talk about, bits of traffic, just drive around, do things. I'm not just driving around, I can tell you that, but yeah, I gotta get down there quick, fast, and in a hurry, because I'm supposed to pick up this load at phone is shifting. Supposed to pick up this load tonight at 9, but it's noon now, so I'm not going to be able to pick it up tonight. I got to pick it up. I'm going to have to pick it up, well, let's see, if it's about an hour and 15 minutes to get there, and it's 12:15, I'll get there at what, 1:30, something like that, somewhere around there. That's a yellow light. Can't stop for that one though. Somewhere around 1:30 I'll get there, which means 11:30 I can pick it up. So only what, 2 hours? 2 hours late picking it up. It's alright, they give me plenty of time to get up there. I'm only going up to Delaware, so that works out well for me. And there's actually a pretty decent truck stop. There's a couple decent truck stops over there that a ways, so that'll work. That'll be nice because I haven't had any night loads. I consider this a night load. I haven't had any of those in a while, so I kind of wanted to get back into the swing of it. Now thankfully I am. I really need to get one of them steering wheel knobs. Oh well. Oh, so what have y'all been up to? Oh wait, there's nobody watching, so I can't even ask that. Never mind. Shut up, Dan. So I've got... Damn pothole. So I got some kind of news to talk about. For one, I fucked up my G. That's great. My wife and I went camping when I was home last, and we did a little water crossing on the way out of the campground, and well, let's just say the creek was a lot deeper than I thought it was going to be. I didn't hydrolock the motor, which is great. However, I did burn out the fuel pump, and I think I'm feeling there's probably water in the tank, which means there's also water in the fuel system. But anyway, we were burnt down for about 6 hours. Wasn't a whole heaping hell of a lot of fun. It was like 93 degrees that day. We were stranded on the side of the mountain. Oh no, poor connection. That's gonna happen. Oh well. We'll still stay live. We're gonna be live until this thing cuts out, which it probably will at some point. So, if it does, just be warned. I already know. But anyway, so we had her dad come over with his pickup truck. We got a U-Haul trailer to get it towed home because Geico will only cover 50 miles and we were about 100 miles away from home. And the rest of the... Put them in the ditch, driver. Put them in the ditch. Very bad connection. Oh. being a lot cheaper. We only spent, I think we spent what, $60 or something like that for the trailer. I think it was somewhere around there, 60. I don't know, it might have been 40. I actually don't remember how much it was, but it was a lot cheaper than than going with getting towed. Getting towed would have been somewhere around $200, and I was not about to pay a $200 tow bill. So I fucked up the Jeep, so that's sitting at their house. When I get home next, I gotta work on that, get it running again. Hopefully I can. Hopefully it's not more of an issue than what I thought it is. Hopefully it's just something simple like a fuel pump. I don't really want to have to go flush the whole system, but I gotta drop the tank anyway, so I might as well figure out whether I got water in the fuel or not. Which I might. It's definitely possible. It was deep water. Came all the way up to the door seal, so you know, it is what it is. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing when I get home. I'm gonna slow down for this guy because I know he's gonna want to get in front of me, because this guy in front of him is driving impeccably slow. You got it if you want it, tanker. But anyhow, so yeah, that's what I'm doing when I get home. I fucked up my truck. I got a new truck. This ain't even the same truck. It looks the same. It's still a Kenworth, but it's still a 15 Kenworth T680. Still has the 10 speed. But I hit a deer. The Wednesday before I fucked up my Jeep, I hit a deer with the truck. I was on 81 in Virginia, headed up to Strasburg, and a deer came across the highway. I said, oh, I'm going to hit that deer, and sure enough. So that fucked it all up. And it was going to take them a week and a half to fix it. So I called my dispatcher, like, hey, we need to do something about this. You know, it's going to be a week and a half before they get this thing done. She's like, oh, that ain't good. I said, I know. She says, all right, well, I'll get something worked out. Get a call. That was Monday. Tuesday, I went and cleaned this thing out, or not this thing, but my old truck out, because I knew they were going to be getting me a truck. So Tuesday, I got a phone call. My buddy had to take me down to clean my truck out because my wife was at work and my Jeep's all fucked up. So my buddy took me down. We went out to lunch. While we were sitting there at lunch, the fleet manager gave me a call and said, hey, we got a truck for you. I said, all right, cool. How soon can you get to it? I said, does tomorrow morning work? Because my Jeep's fucked up, and my wife is gonna have to take me, and she's at work today. So that's fine. So I got there. The brakes were locked up. It had been sitting since March or something like that. It had to be jump started. Shut the fuck up. Y'all are gonna have to deal with that. Sorry. Trust me, it's a lot more annoying for me than it is for you. But yeah, I had to get it jump started. They had to knock the brakes loose. It's got a traction control light that stays on. I'm used to it at this point. They checked it out. I took it up to the terminal because it needed a whole bunch of stuff. The guy who had Jesus fucking Christ. The guy who had it before me, I think he quit or got fired because there was quite a few things wrong with this thing when I got it. And the inside was a mess. I had to clean it out. He took all the permits, so we have these permit books that has all of our permits in it. He took them all. He left the permit book, but the permits weren't in them. So I was like, well, what the fuck? So I got new permits for it. I got a new bumper put on it. That was good. It needed service, windshield washer, fluid. Wouldn't work. I think the pump was bad or something. I didn't have any navigation on my Qualcomm. There was a whole bunch of stuff that was wrong. So they took care of it at the terminal up in Allentown, and we were good to go after that. I'm going 61 miles an hour. Speed limit 70 because I'm stuck behind this guy. Cargo transporters. Look out, everybody. So what it is. Oh well. I don't really mind having the new truck, because this thing, even though it was kind of a piece when I got it, it's in better shape than my last truck was. Yeah, come on over, CT. I'll let you in front of me as well, because I know you gotta get over as well. Come on, bring her over. You ain't even gonna thank me, are you? Nope. I sat here and sandbagged myself so I could let you over. And what you do? Decided to be an asshole. Alright, now I gotta speed up because that guy wants to get in behind me. Let me put my foot down for a minute so he can get over. Y'all are gonna hear the dinging for a second. Oh Lord. Dang! Dang, motherfucker, dang! We got a way station coming up, that's why everybody's trying to get over. What in the hell? I need to get a dash cam, because I swear to God, I could make an entire series of people driving around the general area of Atlanta. What the fuck is this guy doing? Holy shit, this guy's hauling ass. Watch him fly past. Wait for it. Whoa! Holy shit. Come on. There's room for you here. There's room at the end here. Come on. I'll let you over. That's 3 trucks that I just let in front of me. Because it's damn way station. He would have passed me anyway. All these guys would have passed me anyway. Now I gotta keep slowing down because of... Y'all probably hate it too. I hate it worse. Oh, we're back. I guess it cut out for a second. I didn't even notice I was paying attention to what I'm supposed to be doing. Yeah, so I dropped this load off this morning, right? And I picked it up yesterday in Accomack, Virginia, which is out on the eastern shore at the Purdue plant out there. And man, I had barely any fuel in my truck when I picked it up. And I went and I couldn't really figure out if I could get it weighed or not very well, because the scales there are just crap. So when I got off the eastern shore, I went to the closest cat scale that I could find. I had about 3/8 of a tank in my truck at that point in time. So I weighed, and I ended up slightly over on the trailer. So I slid my tandems forward, and I was at 29,200 pounds. Or not 29, 79, sorry, 29. 79,200 pounds. And just barely legal on my tandems. So, all that with just 3/8 of a tank of fuel. So I struggled yesterday to try to keep my truck legal. But it wasn't very easy. Alright, buddy, I know you want to fly past me. Go ahead. Let her rip, Tater Chip. Let her rip, Tater Chip. He's not really letting it rip. He's still a Tater Chip. But yeah, so that's so I had to battle with that. That sucked. I had to ration my fuel, and I also had to take in consideration. So I stopped for fuel in North Carolina, and I had to take into consideration all the way stations. So I figured it out at that point. I could only fill up about 50 gallons of fuel, with the fuel level and everything else, and the weight. I had to take all that into consideration. So I put 50 gallons in it, and that was literally just enough to get it. So I pulled in and completely filled everything up, because at that point there wasn't no way stations in between that truck stop and where I was stopping for the night. So I was able to fuel up. Essentially, I fueled everything up. I fueled the truck up. I fueled the reefer up, and I was definitely over 80,000 pounds. I can tell you that much. But don't tell anyone. So, oh well, it is what it is. But it wouldn't have been, how much over would I have been? Because I could fill it up to a half a tank and still be legal, or something like that. That's what I figured out with weights and everything. I could fill up to a half a tank and still be legal. Well, half a tank on my gauge. That's the other thing. My driver's side fuel tank is skewed off to the side. So the problem with that is it's a royal pain in the ass, and I can't fuel it all the way up, so I only end up with about 7/8 of a tank of fuel on that side, and my fuel gauge reads off of that side. So I fueled up to 7/8 of a tank. By the time I woke up, I was at about 5/8, so I was a little bit over. It wasn't that much. It wasn't enough that they honestly, they probably wouldn't have even pulled me over for it, just because it probably would have been like just right there. So it wasn't that big of a deal. But yeah, I got that all dropped off and sat at that place for God knows how long. The place is already a clusterfuck before, but now they're doing construction. They have half the yard blocked off, so it's even worse. I hate going there. Well, yeah, so this time I'm headed up to Delaware. I've never been to this place before, so that's a thing. That's something new and fun. Man, nobody's watching this video. Nobody watches my other live streams either, on my other channel. Y'all don't like me, do you? Y'all must not like me. Oh well, that's fine. Don't like me. I don't like me either. Ha! So anyway, I think I'm gonna go ahead and sign off here now. I got about 50 miles left of my trip today, and I will talk to you guys next time. So until then, keep your lips fat and your spit black. I'm out. Yes, I want to cancel straight.